guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Matt. This is Prime Analog Records. Today I wanted to talk about several different things. The very first thing, let me tell you about a new channel that I came across, and the guy's really knowledgeable. It's Mike's Vinyl Experience is what it's called, and he's got about 200 subs now. He just started, I think, a couple of months ago. And he's really knowledgeable. He's got all kinds of good stuff. I like it because he's right along the same lines as me and what I like. So check it out. See what you think. Sub him up and all that good stuff. Here's the thing. Today, he was talking about this the 75 series that Chad's doing now, and it's 75 Atlantic series. And he had just gotten this album here. And The Foreigner. And I love this album. I mean, I have a history with this album. I was about 14 years old, and I lived in Maine, away from my parents. And it was my first time doing that. And I actually was in a foster family. And so I spent an inordinate amount of time playing pinball at the pizza place and listening to the jukebox, and that's where I first heard Cold as Ice, and I was hooked on this group, and I've been hooked ever since. Until they became a cover band, and Lou Graham wasn't singing for them anymore, and that was, to me, that was very much like taking Steve Perry out of Journey. It just didn't work. It's not, to me, it's a cover band, and it doesn't sound like or feel like or look like the same band. So anyway, with that said, this new series, I don't know if it's really warranted. Now, let me up front tell you that I'm not a big Genesis fan. So that right there changes things for everybody. Not a big Genesis fan. I'm not a Phil Collins fan. Genesis died basically when Peter Gabriel left that group. So I'm pretty loyal to the people who started a group, and it's hard for me to deal with it afterwards. And I don't know if it's that I'm not dealing with it or I'm not acknowledging it. I don't know, but whatever it is, I feel that, there's got to be some homage laid out there. So anyway, with that said, Mike got me thinking about this, and I'm thinking, let me go listen to my original. And I bought this brand new. Let me go listen to my original. And I did, and I was like, what are they trying to get out of this series outside of $60 and for a record that I got for probably 10? And I couldn't figure this out. I listened to it, and I listened to it very critically, and I don't hear any reason for any kind of treatment on it. Now, this coming from somebody who just bought that Steely Dan Asia, UHQR, and I heard radical improvements in that, but that's not quite the same band as far as the moving parts are concerned. So anyway, that's my rant on these things. I don't care about the Genesis stuff, and there's a few titles in there that are kind of intriguing, but do we really need those? And at $60, do we really need those? If you've got a really clean OG, I don't think so. There's no way that they're going to really make this sound better or, separate instruments better. I mean, this is done beautifully. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that. So anyway, so I went down to my local record store. I didn't do record store day this year. I just couldn't. I just couldn't do the Black Friday thing. I can't get myself up for that stuff anymore. And the thrill is gone, and there's nothing on that list that made me go, wow. So the only thing that I was thinking about, I was kicking around this Bill Evans thing that came out, and then I thought about the last Bill Evans, and I don't know why they're doing Bill Evans every single time they're doing a record store day, but I was underwhelmed by that last one. That was last record store day. And the reason why, I'll tell you honestly, is because the way it was recorded, they didn't pan out of the audience enough. So it was really bright when the clapping would come and all this stuff. And I realize this is a live performance, but at the same time, I'm going to talk about a record right now that I got, and I'd never heard it before, and I've heard people raving about it, and I finally got it. So anyway, going back to that, let me finish up that story. So I went into and saw what was picked through as far as the record store day stuff, and they did have that Bill Evans there, and I didn't get it. I didn't because of what I just talked about. So anyway, but they did have several Bill Evans that I picked up. This one I have not listened to yet, but I'm very excited to listen to it. And it is Waltz for Debbie. I've heard many, many amazing things about it. And so I'm very excited about listening to that. I've just been so overwhelmed, and you're going to understand why in a minute. Because I have so many records that I've picked up when I was over at an antique shop, and all my little honey holes that I haven't been to in probably 3 or 4 months, they've restocked. And they found some really good stuff. But here, let me go back to the thing. I know I'm all over the place. I know, whatever. This is the kind of the way I am in a conversation. You have to kind of bring me back to center. I'll bounce over here and this and that. So anyway, this is the one that I was so excited to get. And this is Bill Evans Trio live at the Sunday at the Village Vanguard. And this is an absolute treasure. If you do not have this, and I mean, unless you're just a solid 70s and, metal head and all this kind of stuff, you won't be liking this. But as far as if you like Steely Dan, if you like, jazz, if you like any kind of jazz, this is your album. This is a gateway drug into the foray of jazz. This is done so well, so beautifully. You just put it on and relax. I got to tell you what I did. The way I did it is I turned off all the lights in the house. It was probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I turned off all the lights in the house except for one. I had my Cavassier cognac sitting next to me, and I just sat there and listened to this, and it is some kind of amazing. I can't stress that enough. You guys, if you don't have it, if you want to try to get into jazz, this is the vehicle right here. And like I said, it's a gateway drug. It's unbelievable. I've never heard this. I've never heard any part of this album, and it was just so amazing. So anyway, so going back, trying to circle back to what I was talking about a minute ago. So let me start back again. All right. So going back to the antique shop that I went to, and this is in Winter Haven. It's Central Avenue Antiques. And I walked in there, and they had a whole new collection they had gotten, and this person had really taken very, very good care of his records. The jackets were immaculate, and in almost every way. I mean, these things, most of them are 50 years old and stuff in ways like that. There's some that are 60. So anyway, I'll show you that one in a second. But look at this kind of blue that I found. Now I couldn't find this pressing on Discogs, and somebody out there knows this album very well, and they could probably help me out with that and let me know what it is, because here's what threw me every time, and I want to show you. Like I said, the corners on this are so crisp. Look at this. It's just amazing. It's just, I mean, it's in new condition. And the record is too. I actually put it through ultrasonic, and they sound so amazing. But here's what throws me, is this label. It's a CBS label. It's not the Columbia 2i and 6i and all that kind of stuff. It's a CBS label. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it is. But it's something that I can't find on Discogs. So if you could help me out, and so I can figure out and I can catalog it properly. I have about 4 different pressings of Kind of Blue, but I couldn't pass this up, and I'll probably pass this over to my daughter as another gateway drug for the jazz, and it's just a beautiful record. So anyway, that's one right there. Okay, now here's another one. This one's done in '61, so this is 62 years old, or 60, 63, maybe my math's off. But this sounds incredible. This is another one that you could bring in almost any genre of music that you like, and this album is a beautiful album to listen to. It's just it's a wonder to listen to, and it's in really great shape. It's in super duper shape, and I've been listening to it quite a bit. Listened to it 3 times last night, so it's just I'm just having a lot of fun with these, and this person took really good care of this stuff. In that same collection, I believe, I'm guessing because I didn't see this before, I found this John Clemmer original master recording from Mobile Fidelity, and for $16, no, for $12 is what I got it for, but in great shape. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you take these out of the sleeve and you hold them up to light, you can actually see light through it. Let me see if I can get this thing to follow me here off to the side. No, I can't do it. But anyway, if you hold this up to a light like this and you can see through the vinyl, and that's one of the selling points they used to tell us, is that it made it virgin vinyl and all this kind of nonsense, whereas now we're told that virgin vinyl is clear, and they put black into this to make it color. So who do you believe? I guess I'm gonna have to believe Chad, because Chad seems to know a good bit more about this kind of stuff than almost anybody who we can ask about it. All right, so another one I found in this bunch was Jeff Lorber Fusion. And a lot of you know who Jeff Lorber Fusion is, and Jeff Lorber is, and what kind of great stuff that he's brought to the forefront of smooth jazz. And one of the biggest things that he brought to the forefront is this guy right here. There's right here, you can see that little guy right there. It's a guy named Kenny Gorelick, and that's Kenny G. And he started with Jeff, and he did probably, I don't know how many albums. I know I've got 3 albums that he's on with Jeff Lorber, so all that. So anyway, I found a In Through the Outdoor Led Zeppelin in near mint condition, first edition. This is a first press, and it's in, like I said, mint condition. It's impeccable. I found a Disraeli Gears that's not roached, which is nearly impossible to find, and it's in great shape. The cover's in great shape. It's got a tiny little bit of ring wear, but man, is this in beautiful condition. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Sounds amazing. Usually when you find these, they've been played so much, since that's probably arguably Clapton's best work, outside of certain solo projects that he did. But anyway, that's where I really, I love that. And when I saw the condition and the color and all that, usually those colors are washed out, the album's roached, and it's not in good condition. But this is another one, and this is a compilation album. And it's actually really, really pretty. I'm not the biggest Billie Holiday fan, but on those rainy, cold Sunday mornings, there's nothing that sounds better to me. It just is nostalgia and all that. So All right, so I also got a couple of different pop albums. They're not pop albums; they're country albums. This will show you how all over the place my collection is. But I like it that way. So this is what you guys got to do. You gotta find your niche and what you like, and just put it together. Nobody cares. I mean, anybody who's being a dick about it and saying, that shouldn't be here and that should be here and you shouldn't have that and you shouldn't be listening, they're idiots. This is a personalized, hobby, and make it your own. Have fun with it. I got this album because I'd streamed it, and I love everything that Chris Stapleton does anyway. But this album is some kind of amazing. It's so great, and for a country album, it's a double album. It wasn't cheap either. It's like $40, but I got it at Walmart. So yes, I still get some stuff at Walmart every now and then. And all I can say about that is that it's really super slick. It's super. This is what country has become now. Country is probably one of the slickest genres out there. It's way slicker and using real instruments because they really tour, unlike pop and all that kind of nonsense. So, but anyway, there's some really hooky songs on there. White Horse is an amazing song. That's why it's number one in his discography, and it's probably number one in the nation on the Billboard chart too. I would imagine it's just an amazing song. But Chris Stapleton, I've never heard him do anything wrong, anything bad. And actually, I heard Pink. I thought it was hilarious because I heard a conversation that Pink was having with somebody about how that Chris has destroyed the ability to go out and sing the national anthem. Him and Whitney Houston have single-handedly destroyed the ability for anybody to go out and make a mark on that song because when they did it, they owned it. It's just so amazing, and I think it was over the Super Bowl when Stapleton did it. Unbelievable. If you haven't heard it, definitely stream that and find it. All right, my last one is Jason Aldean, and Jason I really see eye to eye with. He's he's a country boy. It's on white vinyl too. People don't realize that as a fashion photographer, I came from a place called Winter Haven, Florida, which is the claim to fame is it's the water ski capital of the world. And it is. And I mean, this is why you see a water ski right here behind me. This right here is a water ski, believe it or not. And it's about a 50-year-old water ski. Anyway, I have quite a collection of water skis also. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I think that being from a small town or from a big town, whatever, just make it your own. Like I said, I mean, it's like I'm having fun with it. People don't expect somebody to come from Winter Haven, Florida, and become a world known fashion photographer. And I've traveled all over the world. My work has been published in over 100 countries worldwide. So, but I still have these down home roots and stuff like that. And actually, after all the COVID nonsense and everything, I moved from Miami back to my hometown in Winter Haven. So that's where I'm at now. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you sticking with me, and please like and subscribe. Let me know. Give me some information on that Miles Davis kind of blue also if you've got it. I'm game to listen, to talk to anybody, or put in the comments anything about any of these albums, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and all that kind of stuff. Also, don't forget that I've migrated my cooking channel to Prime Analog Gourmet, and that's a totally different channel, and it's Prime Analog Gourmet. And please check that out, and give me a like and subscribe in there too. Doesn't hurt. It's not hard to do. It doesn't cost you anything, and it actually helps my channel grow. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. I appreciate it, and have a great happy holidays, all this kind of stuff. Merry Christmas to everybody, and I hope to get another, at least a couple of more videos out. But I still wanted to give it to you because we're all getting started in this crazy holiday, and it just keeps us rolling. Okay, so we'll talk to you soon. All my best.